Welcome to the 12 Days of Giftness training. Kathy Callahan with Lindsay Holly in the house. How are you, Lindsay?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Are you excited about this training?
Very.
Okay.
It's going to save so much time.
It's going to save so much time. So we are streaming into my YouTube and my business page and on LinkedIn. I'm going to copy this over to the Assistly social group. So if you are a replay viewer, please comment replay so we know that you caught this. Lindsay, while I copy the links, why don't you introduce yourself and tell the people watching this on the replay why we decided to do this. And if you are here live, comment that you are live and tell the audience why in the world we're talking about what we're talking about today and why we might automate instead of do the work the hard way. And then I'll be right back.
Sounds great. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Lindsay Holly or Lindsay Bejan, depending on how you know me. I have been in the direct sales industry going on 10 years with my company, and this platform, Assistly Social, has saved me so much time and energy. And right now, I don't know about you, but the holiday season is absolutely insane, whether it is for the business, life, my 3 kids. I currently have a kid upstairs right now running a fever. And without having tools in place, I would not be able to maintain life even remotely calmly. And so having something like the 12 Days of Giftness will keep your groups running smoothly, something in there to keep them engaged. The algorithm boosts, everything that goes with it is going to just make your life so much simpler. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you are going to check it out and use it for your group, tweak it as needed. But I'm excited to put it into my group.
And I know right now we're not even over to Facebook yet because Lindsay and I were chatting earlier. Facebook is awesome. It's like, no, you cannot stream here. No, you cannot stream here. So we're streaming into LinkedIn and YouTube right now. So we still aren't even over on Facebook. I'm trying. So we do have you guys, for those of you who are catching this replay, we have a trial. And this is available for everybody to get. So if you do not have a trial of the software we're going to demonstrate today, drop the word trial. Either Lindsay, myself, or if you're referred by somebody, will get you access to the trial. It's very important. You're going to want that, okay? Now, if you want the 12 days campaign, but maybe you're not ready to automate yet, we have a gift for you. So it's on the screen right now, right there. Go to PCATU, that's PCATU.co/12 days. And the 12-day email that will be sent to you has all the graphics we're going to show, all of the scripts and templates that we're going to show, and you can do it the long way and you can copy and paste into your group if you don't want to use the pre-build that we already have or you don't want to use our software. Does that sound good? Cool. Okay, so Lindsay, I want you to talk a little bit about your experience because it is not letting me remove from Facebook. I might have to be, there's one person watching. If you're watching, comment. I might have to be starting over if it will not let me go into Facebook at all, but I think it's going to let me go on my personal page. We'll share. I want you to talk to people. Shannon's live. Shannon was live over on YouTube the other day. I'm so excited about this. So I want you to talk to people. We're good. Shannon, we're good. It let me go to my personal page. No, it's not. What the heck? Lindsay.
I wonder if we can take the YouTube link and just transfer it over.
We can. I like YouTube lives. It's just not going to be as easy to comment. So Shannon, I don't know if you have to log into YouTube to comment. Okay, fine. We'll share a YouTube link. Let's work with technology.
We need to pivot when we need to pivot.
We need to pivot. We will. And you know what? I can also probably stream into Facebook directly, but then I won't be able to screen share, and I want to show people how to do this. Lindsay, I want you to share not yet the 12-day strategy. So we're going to share the 12-day strategy. If you don't have the pre-builds, you guys can get the templates by going to the link on the screen here, pcatu.co/12 days. We're going to demonstrate, like in a couple clicks, how, since I've already pre-built it, I can attach it to a Facebook group. And then we're also going to demonstrate the other option where if you just want our content, you want to copy and paste, you could do that. Lindsay, what I want you to share is a little bit about your history in network marketing, direct sales. And I want you to focus on why in Assistly Social or why in Social Sales School, why we're really focusing on keeping things very tangible, very simple. You were just in Social Selling Summit talking about the purpose of follow-up and where that comes in. And you're really, really good at like the daily consistent tasks that most of us kind of lose track of. So in a world where we've overcomplicated, where does that all come in? Because that's how the 12-day strategy came out. I was like, something simple I can do in December to do leads, sales, get my group engaged, keep it basic. So where does that play in, especially as a team leader? Keeping things simple and duplicate.
Yeah. So keeping things simple is very important. No matter where you're starting in your business, if you're brand spanking new, or if you've been around for a very long time. So I do have a pretty good sized team. We are all very, very busy doing events, doing online stuff, and we all need to show up in all of the right places. But it's very, very difficult to maintain that in our lifestyles, right? So I don't know if it's my computer that is starting to be glitchy, but if it is, I do apologize. I'm seeing little movements. So with Assistly Social and with having templates like this, it just makes our lives so much easier, because I, for one, after almost 10 years doing the same company, I run out of ideas, and I need to have different things to keep everybody engaged, right? And that's where I'm always still reaching out to other people, and I'm always connecting with like-minded people and bouncing ideas off of each other to inspire myself and to engage new ideas. And so having something like this that's already pre-built for you, and putting it into action right away and simply is going to be fantastic for not only your personal time, but for those that are following you. Now, I have done both methods of this over the years. I did so much of the copy and paste, and something like the 12 Days of Giftness is going to be very similar to how you run an online event or an online party, right? And I don't know if you've ever done the copy and paste version, but that used to take me hours upon hours to copy and paste each post, each graphic, each verbiage. And for me to now have the tool in place where I can just go click, copy, done, it is pushed over to Facebook in a matter of seconds or minutes, depending on if you have to create it first. It's just going to give you that aha, phew, it's done. And so, yeah, get ready to see the action of how quick it's going to be.
I love it. So I want to make sure, Lindsay, I'm going to go ahead and mute you while I'm talking, just so we don't get echoey. I want to make sure you guys have what I'm showing on the screen. Now, I know a couple people are watching on YouTube. Lindsay, I will tell you that my Facebook, for whatever reason, must have died. So I know that we still don't have Facebook viewers that are linked in from YouTube. So there might be some people who are going to not catch the first part of this. But for the people who are listening on replay or currently live, the document that's on your screen, I'm going to go through that first before we automate it. It is accessible to you when you go to the link on the banner, when you go to pcatu.co/12 days. You will get exactly what I'm showing you on the screen. So if you're like, wait, you're going too fast, or wait, don't worry about copying and screenshotting and all of that. We gave it to you guys. What our focus today is not just to give you the strategy and the content, but help you get it posted into your Facebook group. So if you guys have a Facebook group, will you comment below? If you're not doing Facebook or groups, you won't use our software to send it over to your group. You could use our software to email out a 12-day campaign. You could text out a 12-day campaign. You could just use this anywhere on social. So what platforms are you guys mostly using? A 12-day campaign, the strategy can be used multi-platform. The software where we're focusing today is automating it to Facebook with our software with a couple clicks. So PCATU is my LLC, and underneath it is Assistly Social. And Assistly Social is a software tool that we love to use on Facebook. We love to push content into our groups, like Lindsay said, with events, parties, challenges, but it is an all-in-one CRM. So you can use it multiple ways. Okay, so I've got a couple people asking how to get in. Lindsay, did you happen to copy this into the group, or you want me to drop it into the group? Because my Facebook is letting me on my...
All right, so I just unmuted. So Shannon has said that Facebook is completely down, and I'm actually trying to get in, and I can't even get into Facebook itself.
Okay, so Facebook won't be down. Hey, you know what? That's really fun. Lindsay, do you know how to email? Let's just demonstrate something. You know what, Shannon? Sometimes when the world ends, we pivot. And here's how we're going to do it. This is going to be really fun. Okay, watch what's going to happen. I'm going to screen share a different tab. We're going to jump over into our software real quick. And this is one of the beauties of why you want something besides just one social platform. I don't know why Facebook is down. I can't answer for Facebook, but I will tell you that one of the things that we've done is we have imported into our software, Cicely Social. You guys will get this. Shannon wants a trial. Shannon, with you being over on YouTube, and I don't know if you're in our Facebook group, let us know if you're in our group or not. I will give you our phone number right now. You can text it. If you signed up on the little 12-day thing, your email has already come through. But if you are not in our system or you're not getting whatever you need from us, and you can send us a text message, this is a system phone number. I will put the phone number or text trial too. And then Lindsay, myself, or someone from the team will also quickly get that you need a trial. Okay. I'll put our phone number on the screen, and it is 618-816-7228. So make sure we have a contact for you so we can get you a trial. You can also just go to our website and get one. With Facebook being down, here's what's cool. It's not cool if Facebook's down. Okay, listen. We put all of our business in our groups, and here we are going to train on this, and now it's all gone. It looks like it's back up, by the way, maybe. I have imported all my Facebook groups into our software. Okay. I have organized all my groups. I have imported all of my group members. I haven't just left myself at the mercy of Facebook. I have imported all of my contacts into our CRM. So while today we're focusing on a pre-build that you can just, with a few clicks, attach to your Facebook group, I'm going to right now go to my contacts. I'm going to stop sharing for just a second. I'm going to email all the contacts that I've imported. I collect emails through our Facebook groups. I teach my students to do this. I've got phone numbers, I've got emails, and I'm going to send a quick email and tell them that today's training, if they didn't catch it or if Facebook died, they can grab it on YouTube. It does look like Facebook's back up. But it's an important lesson that you never want to. I remember the first time Facebook went down, I was like, oh my gosh, but I have been importing people out of Facebook for a long time. We don't put all of our eggs in the social basket. So Lindsay, did you import all your groups into a Cicely Social from Facebook? Like, your members are there, you've got their contact info?
Absolutely.
Smart. Okay.
And then, yeah, I'm just looking again. Facebook, it says there's an error. A thing popped up.
All right. I'm just saying 12 days training. So what I'm doing, I'm going to it's going to be so simple. Listen, today is all about let's be smart business owners. Let's not stress out. Even though I'm not happy about it, I'm going to do a quick email to my whole list. It says of my list, 6,000 people of 15,000, I don't have an email for. That's important to know. That means that 6,000 people, I might only be connected on social and didn't grab email. I might only have phone numbers. This is where we want to look at like, oh, how can we do our business better, right? So I'm going to grab the YouTube link. I am going to share this into the email, and I'm going to say 12 days on YouTube because Facebook is down. And I'm going to say nothing else. I'm just going to send it. Send. So we can use our system for that as well. It's going to cue me. So the focus of today is this 12-day training. So no matter where you end up doing it at, I want to explain what the 12 days is. If you connect it to your Facebook group, if you edit it, however, this document right here is not the social platform. So let's all give me a 1 in the comments below if you understand that what I'm showing you on the screen right now does not require any certain social platform. Okay, so what's on the screen right now is a strategy. It's a sequence. We put that sequence into a template so that you could use it easily in your Facebook group because our software can link right to your Facebook group. However, our software can also link to your email. It can also link to texting. Right now, the only social platform that Assistly's on is Facebook, as far as what we have decided to really invest our time in, okay? So the 12 days, when you get this freebie, go to pcatu.co/12 days, just like on your screen down there. You will get this exact document. I made a 13-minute video. I link you to the Facebook group. Now that Facebook group that's apparently not working right now because Facebook is having a minute, that's where we do a lot of our support for our users. But Where I'm focusing you guys today is not necessarily on the software to start. So if we've not worked together before, Lindsay and I met through some of my classes. She was already a very established, successful leader in network marketing. She's got other business outside of that, doing vendor events in person. Nod your head, Lindsay, if I'm correct, and shake your head no if I'm like, you're in person with your vendor events. And she's a mom. When we started working together, it was through Social Sales School. And Social Sales School is where I do my classes and my courses and my workshops. And I don't teach just a tool. I teach strategy. I teach systems. I teach processes. I teach tracking and metrics. And one of the key things I used to do a lot was virtual events. And I know a lot of you do them. But in December, one of the things I did a ton was this 12-day campaign. Okay. Let me see if I can get this bigger for you guys. This 12-day campaign, the goal is for you in the month of December to get your group engaged. If you're applying this to your social media or your YouTube or your Instagram, to start re-engaging with those contacts that you have, those leads that you might have. You can use it as a give back to your community. You can use it to boost hidden sales. You can use it to grow your group, or simply you can do it for a sales event. Okay, so the 13-minute training provided goes through more on that. What we're giving you today are 12 done for you posts and graphics that you as a business owner are going to stop and say, do I like that? Does that make sense? Do I need to edit it? If you like it, it's already going to be built into the system if you have a Sicily Social, and I'll show you with a couple clicks how to simply activate it. If you don't like it, you're going to want to edit, and I'll show you how to edit. Okay. So I've already pre-built it this way. This is how I chose to do it. I gave you guys 12 days of Canva graphics. Now, all you'll do is you'll click on the link here. It's going to open up a Canva template that we made, and you're going to go ahead and use this template, and you can decide if you want to edit it at all, or if you just like it as it is. If you like it, you really don't need to do anything except download these graphics. I suppose I could have downloaded them for you and put them in a Google folder, but I didn't. So if you don't know how to download, or you don't have pro version, I'll do that after we get off the video, because I know some of you might have a hard time using the graphics if you don't know how to download Canva. If you want to edit, this is where you can edit. These are yours. You can have them. You can do whatever you want. You can call it something different. But you will want the 12 graphics, because you're going to see that each day there's day 1, day 2, and you'll attach a graphic with the scripts that we give you. So the next part of it, here's how I wrote the 12 days. And Lindsay, if you have suggestions on this, or listeners, if you go, oh, I would not do it that way, we can discuss that in a minute. So let me tell you my thought process when I built the sequence of this 12 days. I was thinking about Facebook groups. So again, if you're not thinking Facebook groups, or you're doing anything different, then you might want to edit kind of the strategy here. Okay. I'm thinking Facebook groups. So I'm thinking most of the people that Lindsay and I work with are, and Lindsay, unmute if you can for a second. Most of the people we work with, they've been doing some stuff, but they don't, their groups are like dead, or they haven't even really done a good job of like positioning themselves as far as who they help and how they help them. They just put stuff in a group. Do you agree on that?
Yeah, I'm actually just trying to see if I can get the YouTube over. It looked like it was working, but it's not. I'm sorry. But yeah, I totally agree.
That like in your team too. Like we all have groups, we all have social profiles, but we just put stuff out there and we don't even realize. I don't know if I've ever said who I am, what the group's about, how I'm here to help people. We just post company graphics. We just post sales. So I thought a reintroduction post might be valuable. And maybe if you're doing on social, on your personal profile, over on Instagram, whatever, maybe you're just thinking like use a 12-day campaign to kind of go, hey, like if you're new here, or if you missed it, here's what this group is about, or here's who I help. Like, do you think that would be valuable?
Yeah, I actually agree that should be done fairly regularly. Doesn't matter where your platforms are. You've got new people coming in from referrals. You've got new people following you. Definitely introducing yourself at least once a month should really be done, in my opinion, because it gets that word out. It reminds them who they are, especially if they've forgotten, hey, they're in this group, right? Why are they in this group? Do they still want to stay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and wherever they are, it's called positioning, and it's called like stage 2 of business is really where you don't just understand who you help, but people understand who you help, so you can get referrals. So I kind of wrote this 12 days in a way that, okay, let's assume we haven't all done the best job of that. You would do that on day 1. Day 2 is a customer testimonial. Day 3, the way that I wrote this was kind of a way to reintroduce you to your group, reconnect you with your group, help your audience understand who you are, how you help them, and get them kind of from unengaged and uninterested to really starting to pay attention, take action, purchase, make referrals, and help you join the group. So it's a bit of a journey that we're taking them over 12 days. Inside of the template, I also, or the document, I also give you more ways to customize how you can use it and how you can really edit it for you if you don't want to do a giveaway, if you do want to do a giveaway. And so then from there, we focus on what we're going to do with the software today. If you want to rename it, rename it. What we're going to do today for Assistly Social users, we've got this training going on, hopefully in the group when it comes back on. I want you guys to come all the way down to the part of the actual 12 posts, okay? I took this content here, and we're going to let you guys watch us use it the hard way. And then we're also going to let you watch us attach it to Facebook in a simple way if you have our software. So the goal is to make sure, first of all, you don't just take somebody's pre-built templates and be like, that sounds great, I'll just attach it to my group. That sounds great, I'll just email it to my list. You understand what the strategy is, how it makes sense. So if you want to change any of this, you change it. You don't just copy and paste because you can. But if you like the strategy, it fits well for your mission and your message, you can just copy and paste, make some small edits, and turn it on in the software and let it post if you're ready to go. Okay. So Lindsay, let me come back to you for a second. I feel like I'm on a TV show. Lindsay, back to you. Are we back in Facebook land yet? Because this is a part
No.
I really want Assistly Social to see.
Yeah, no. I even tried just to go into Messenger, and it's like, we're going to try again later. We're working on it. So.
Okay. Well, it's good that right when it was time to train on this, that Facebook died. So for the sake of replay,
we have more options with our software that comes out.
I mean, we were talking about when do we introduce the next level of the software outside of just the Facebook posting, and maybe now is the time. Because,
right.
Okay, so let's think about this. Let's talk, and I'll have to cut up this replay for the purposes of the Facebook group and maybe just cut the end. But let's talk about, for the sake of people who don't have the software yet or do have the software, but maybe want to do what the party plan can do versus what the other levels of the software can do. So I'm going to talk about that for a second. It's still called party plan versus, and let's call it, should we call it the automation plan, or is that the next one?
I like the automation plan, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about this for a minute. Lindsay and I have spent 2024 trying to figure out how to help our users get the most success. And the party plan, and Lindsay, you can speak to the basics that you love it for, and the automation plan are not the same at all. The party plan is Facebook only, and the automation plan is your complete business, CRM, email, text, and Facebook, all the things plan. It does not do e-commerce. That is one other higher level for those of you who might be doing e-commerce. Most of our audience is not, at least in this software. So from the party plan, it was your idea, Lindsay, to bring to the audience the party plan. So prompt it to what you can, speak to it, who it's for, and then we'll demonstrate that it may not be the end-all be-all.
Yeah,
something like today happens.
So the party plan was kind of like the brainchild of the fact that Facebook had changed a lot of their rules, and within Assistly Social, we knew that we could actually pivot and do the things that people were potentially doing previously that they're no longer able to do, which was essentially set up a party timeline and schedule it out into multiple groups on Facebook, walk away and actually have it post as it is planned to post. And there was a huge base of people who no longer had that option, were scrambling, trying to figure it out, weren't happy with the solutions they had already found. And previous to that, the automation plan was essentially our basis of what people could come in with. But for the masses and a lot of the people in the industry, it was one step further that they weren't yet ready for. And I have the automation plan. I personally use a lot of the tools within that as well, which the automation plan can do the party plan items, but a ton more. So depending on where your business is at and what you're ready to dive into, you want to even speak with Kathy or myself, and we can ask you a bunch of questions and find out which one is actually better suited for you. The party plan is that get your foot in the door if you're wanting to do posting, and you're doing online parties or online events, trainings, anything like that, that have to do with posts and graphics and verbiage. The party plan is your starting point. Anything beyond that, from like bulk messaging and emails and so many other things, then you're stepping into the automation plan. Kathy had sent out an email just as we were live. That is part of the automation plan. I have a landing page that brings people in through that funnel, sends them a free gift, adds them to a 5 email sequence to nurture them further into my other business. And that is part of the automation plan. So depending on where you're at in your business and what you want off your plate, Assistly Social can pretty much cover most of it.
It's so good. And I know we got a couple people coming in now. Somehow Linnell's here. Somehow the messenger's working, but Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok are apparently down. So thankfully, we're also multi-streaming to YouTube. So we're trying to cover our bases here. So Linnell, if you know anybody who's trying to find us and you're seeing any messages, Lindsay, while I share a little bit more, if you would do me a favor, go just drop into Slack, share the YouTube. It looks like we can still get in a messenger, share the YouTube, share it with everybody we can get, any Assistly groups. So today, it's a great day to consider if you have only been on Party Plan, which we're going to demonstrate. It does only work with Facebook, but Assistly Social does not just work with Facebook. Assistly Social works everywhere with your texting, your email. And so if you're having a concern and building funnels that Lindsay just talked about, if you're having a concern about putting all your eggs in a basket, I do like that. I like that we have the Facebook tool in our software, but our software is not the Facebook tool. Does that make sense? So let's demonstrate what we're here for today, and I can still demonstrate it. Here's a beauty about it. Even though Facebook might be down at this moment, we can still schedule and do everything we're doing, and it will be queued to execute it over to Facebook once Facebook comes back on. So you'll actually be able to work your business not on social media, but our Facebook, our Google Chrome extension will link the actions that you're telling the software to do and push them over to Facebook once it comes back online. So we're going to go ahead and go back to our screen share. I'm going to show you guys exactly what you're going to do. I want you to think, if you are already a software user, this is what you're going to do. If you're not yet a software user, the point of the 12 days, just to remind you guys, with or without software, be it in your Facebook group, this was the goal, to do this in your Facebook group. But if you want to edit it for your email, for your text, for different social platforms, take the strategy that you are gifted for free, everybody, software or not, and you get it by going to pcatu.co/12 days. Okay. Now remember, if you want to automate, you want a trial because you don't have one yet, you can either comment trial on this video, but if we don't have your contact info and it's going to be hard to find you because you're watching on YouTube or something, text me. That is my business number. It will go straight into our system, our Assistly Social system, 618-816-7228. And you can ask questions. You can do whatever you want there. So let's jump into the software side. So let's pretend that the way that I'm going to use this is the way we planned this training. Let's pretend that the way we're wanting to do this is that we are going to go into a Facebook quote unquote party. Okay, so, or Facebook group. If you have our software and you have a template or you have a sequence, that's the first part. What am I going to be doing? So I've already given you the 12 posts. So now my goal is to take the 12 posts that are over on that document. So let me share with you again. I already have the 12 days written. That's one of the things I teach people to do. Write out what you're going to automate. So I already have these 12 days posts written for you. Now we have a couple of ways to get content over to wherever we're going. Maybe we're going from a Boards app or a Google Doc. You can sit here and you can copy, and you can go to your Facebook group and you can schedule a post one at a time, one at a time, one at a time. With email, you could go schedule an email one at a time. But when someone pre-builds for you and now you have a template ready, all you have to do is know where the template is stored at in the system and how to attach it to your group or to your email. In this case, it's our group. So the way you attach a pre-build to your Facebook group is really quite simple. The steps, I'm going to do it in less than 3 minutes probably. There is one precursor. It is a requirement that you have imported your Facebook group already. Okay, so if you're applying this whole pre-build over to Facebook, you will have needed to import your Facebook group. If you are not sure if your group is imported, go into marketing, drop down under marketing and go to Facebook groups. And if you see your group in your list of Facebook groups, you know you're good. Okay. And I'm in a master account right now. So let me go over to a student account and demo this for you guys. Hold on just a second. Let me stop sharing for a second. If you need to import your group, you won't be able yet to attach it to your group because it's going to say, which group do you want to attach this to? So if you need help with that, Lindsay, what's our code word for that? Help. That's our code word.
Keep it simple.
If you don't know how to import a Facebook group into our software, it is very simple. You have to have an extension running. So you have to have kind of gone through the beginning that we help you with. We have an onboarding specialist. Kathy Andrews, our support and success manager, onboards people. Shout out to you, Kathy, if you're here. You guys do need to have done that. You will run the extension. It will be running up in your little extension bar here. You will have Facebook on. You will have our software on, and you will simply download the group. Once you've done that, I'm in a student account now. Once you've done that, you'll go under marketing Facebook groups and you'll see all the groups that you're kind of monitoring with our software. And these are groups that you can attach sequences to, attach automations to. These are groups that you can post in. These are groups that you can message the members in, all with the party plan, just with the party plan. But remember, we're going to be messaging them through Facebook. We're going to be posting on Facebook, which is really our goal today to talk about that portion. If you want more of an inclusive CRM where you can email them, you can text them, you can run your funnels and do all that exciting stuff, you want that automation plan. If you've ever been unsure, and Lindsay and I have spent a lot of time trying to keep it simple for you guys and give you the base party plan. We're learning to level up a little bit out of necessity sometimes on days like today. So we're going to start training on the automation plan. I think Lindsay and I, did we agree in January? Okay, so right now we're going to focus on just party plan features. If Facebook never comes back alive, you definitely need the automation plan. So assume all in the world is good. Import your group, drop help if you don't know how to import your group. And now all you do is schedule the automation. You're going to go to calendar, and I want you guys to get in the mindset of this is like an event. Now, granted, I know it's not technically an event. It's, a 12-day campaign. It's not a party. It's not a class. But to me, they're quite similar. Now I need to go back into my real account where I have the build. I have not released it to the students yet. We will release it to you guys after this training. So let me get back into my account. So give me a second here. Lindsay, any thoughts while I'm logging back into my account?
No. So yeah, you had mentioned how we had discussed doing a opening up of the automation plan come January. So let's just let them know that our plan currently as it stands is we want to do that once quarterly to bring in people who are ready. So if you think that maybe you're ready or you want a little bit more information, maybe drop automation in there and then we can see who might be ready to jump up from the party plan to the automation plan. We don't want to bring in people who maybe aren't actually ready for it because there is a lot more behind the scenes for it. And we don't want you to get overwhelmed. So definitely we want to make sure that we're bringing in the right people. But yeah, hopefully
Okay.
Facebook.
And I know, I think Sarah might be here. You guys go ahead and, Lindsay, I'm going to mute you again. Go ahead and comment, you guys, if you're watching, because I know with the Facebook stuff now, there's a lot less people that could be watching live, but we would love to know who's here live. So if you have questions, you can ask. Okay, so When this video is over, I will message you guys who have an account. If you don't have an account, you don't need the pre-built, right? So if you're in our system and I go into my section of the software where I monitor all of my software users under e-commerce, because you can run your own e-commerce business in our software. I do, I run it with the software. We will message only the customers of our software that the pre-build is ready and the steps I'm about to show you, you can log into your system and do this exact process. If you don't yet have our software, remember, you can still use all of the strategy, all of the content. You need to go to pcatu.co/12 days to grab it. You can use it without the software, okay? If you're like, but I want the software, we're going to give you a 2-week trial. It is only $14.95 a month or $14.97 a month after the trial, but you can cancel the trial if you don't want to keep it. But you can use the 2-week trial to run this 12-day campaign. There's literally no risk, okay? So if you go get a new account today, or if you have an account today, we will email you out this pre-built. If you have our software, here's how you're going to get this into your group. Step number 1, log into your software. Step number 2, go to My Business and drop down on the little drop down arrow. Oh, by the way, let me start timing myself. Hey Siri, start the timer. I feel like I'm on supermarket sweep. This is going to be amazing. Go. Okay, step number 2, drop down and click on calendar. Now put yourself in the mindset of, when do I want the first post to hit my group? That will be the day that you go click new next to. So you guys comment below. I do not mind when you do the 12 days. If you started it on December 14th, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. If you started it on Saturday, you will end on Christmas Day. That would be your 12 days of posting. If you started it on the 26th, the true 12 days of Christmas, it will run through January 6th. It's not about 12 days of December 1 through 12. It's literally just a 12-day campaign. It doesn't even have to have anything to do with the holidays. You could use this in January, February, March, don't care. Just remember that when I click on new in my brain, this is day 1. Now, you might do some warm-up stuff before. You might do some stuff after the 12 days. Don't stress on that. What is day 1? Let's pretend 12 days, day 1 is Saturday. I'm going to click on the new button on the day 1. You can always edit this later. I want you to click party or challenge event. Don't stress out and go, but I don't do parties. Don't worry about that. It's just what it's called in the system. We're going to be doing a sequence of 12 days. It will drop these posts into the group. Name it something that you can remember. If you do not change this field, it's going to default with the name being the date that you chose and the word party. So if you wanted to call it something else, 12 days of giftness campaign in social sales school. Okay, whatever it means to you. And Lindsay, I don't know if you ever do this, but one hack is I right click and I choose emojis. I like to put some kind of emoji that will remind me really quickly what this is. So if it's a 12-day sales campaign, maybe you put a money sign. I don't know. So later when you have like 10 parties on your calendar or 10 scheduled series on your calendar, you can find it. When will it start? It picked 12:35 because it's probably 12:35 right now. I really want my first post to hit at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I need to change it to 6 a.m. and this will match my time zone. So what is it called? When is it starting? And where is it going to happen at? It's going to happen for me in a Facebook group. Now you can schedule this to different stuff, but we're focusing on groups today. We're going to choose what group. If you have not learned how to import a group yet, type the word help, because I have imported my group so I can choose it. So all I do is pick the name of the event, the date, the group it's going into, and I hit next. Now, shoot, is the whole world ending? This happened to me a second ago also. Is the whole world ending? No, good, thank God. If the whole world ends on our live today, Lindsay, I love you, and I'll see you on the other side. Now, here's the fun part. Because we did the heavy lifting for you, you do not have to create the build. You don't have to create the build. You just have to click on drop down. Once I email you, I will tell you if anybody tries to stop and go find this in the drop down now. I have not released it yet to you. So I am going to release to you the 12-day. It will be in the drop down. So all you'll do is click and add 12 days of giftness template. Don't worry, you can edit it. Don't stress out about, oh my gosh, like I need to change some things. Okay. The most important thing you know is that because we're doing the work for you, you simply click it. It's already pre-built in the system. Okay. Last note, and this will be the last thing. Do you want to pre-schedule the post? Yes. Please type a comment that says yes if you're hearing me right now. If you do not say yes, the way this is going to work is you are going to have your computer running. You're going to have your Google Chrome extension on, and you're going to have it on at the time of every single post that's on this piece of paper. That means every day at 6 o'clock, my computer has to be running, and we're going to use the Google Chrome extension to do the work. We don't want to do that. That is not ideal. Our system does what other software cannot do. We will push the content to your group, and Lindsay, you may not know this part, within 20 minutes of you doing these steps. Okay. Now, when I click add, it's going to start taking action to go attach that pre-build to my group. That's all, unless you need to make edits. And there's going to be 2 ways to make edits. Literally, I'm going to get a text that it has been queued. I'm going to go head over into my Facebook group and check the scheduled post section and see that all 12 of these posts, right, and the words and the graphics are done. The other way to do it is what? Copy and paste them one at a time. But I can literally deliver this to 1,000 people at one time this way. Okay, it's very similar to other software. Now, I'm going to show you guys how to edit in a second. Lindsay, any instructions, questions, anything I missed just on the basic attaching an automation pre-build to your group?
No. So the other thing that I'm guessing they can do, and maybe I'm mistaken, but I'm pretty sure we can, is you can actually go into the edit button, pre-scheduling it if you want to edit it from there versus waiting until it's pushed. Now with Facebook kind of down right now, it might take longer than 20 minutes. But it will push, and it will email as soon as, or text, whichever you have it set up for, as soon as it's fully ready to go.
Yep. So now let's give them 2 ways to edit, because I don't think that one is the right answer for everybody, and I'll tell you why. Keep in mind, so let's review the steps, and I'm going to show you the 2 ways to edit, because you do need to edit this sequence. There's nobody that can just attach it and be done, because you're going to see, if you read the post, which anytime your upline gives you scripts, post anything, y'all should read them, right? So anytime you're given something, make sure there's not something that you're supposed to fill in the blank on, something that's not a word you would say. So let's go reference the number 1 post, okay? I will tell you from the get-go, number 1 is not ready to go unless you change something, okay? The way we wrote it is we used in the system what's called a custom placeholder. This does not need to be changed. If you're using our software, it will pull your name and autofill for you on your behalf. So it'll say, hey, I'm Kathy. That does not need to be changed. But look at this. This group is all about blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, I have no idea what your group's about, so you definitely have to change that. And there's going to be 2 ways you can change that, and I'll show you both ways. One's on the Facebook side, one's on the software side, okay? I could have just totally eliminated that so that this was a complete rinse and repeat one, but I'm going to teach you guys how to step up a little bit and like take some responsibility, because if you just copy and paste and you never even understood the strategy I'm giving you, that's not smart. So you do want to go, okay, what if I'm not posting it in the group? Then you would change that. This page is all about da-da-da-da-da. My business is all about da-da-da-da-da. The 2 ways you can change this is if you want to change it in the software, and I need you guys to ask questions because we're here to learn what you need help with. If you want to do it in the software, okay, what you'll be able to do is change it not just for this one time, but for all the times if you do it through the way I'm about to show you, okay? Let's say that you're like, I already know that I want to make some edits to this little thing that she gave me before I send it to Facebook, okay? Type me a 1 if you guys are following along. If you already know, like, listen, why would I post it over to Facebook with it needing some changes? That's dumb, even if it's in the scheduler. Then what you're going to do is here, and I'll repeat the whole sequence. I'll do it again. Here's where you'll make a change. You'll go new, party or challenge. So same steps we just did. I'll do it all again. I'm going to show you how you could change it in the system very easily. So this will be the 12 days campaign. And I just push this into a bunch of test groups. We teach you guys this in one of our classes. Play with this 18,000 times into test groups first. If you do not have a test group, go make yourself a Facebook group that is only for the purpose of testing, so that while you're screwing it up and trying it, nothing actually posts to anybody. That's why I have no fear. I don't care if it's messed up. It's going into a fake group that only a few people are in from the software. So I'm going to do it again. Let's do this one at 7 a.m. just to make them stand a little bit apart. And we're going to say test. Now, if knowing going in, I have given you a pre-build, Lindsay's given you a pre-build, your upline's given you a pre-build, you've made a template, okay? Remember, the next step was to go choose it in the drop-down. So where is it at? This one was called the 12 days. But I know already, because I know what's in here, I know that it is not all ready to go. I know that I need to make some changes to that template before I send it off into Facebook land. If that's what you want to do, then you are going to click the edit button and you're going to open up the wizard and you're going to make whatever changes to that template that you want to make. Literally, it'll just be like filling in on here. You'll just fill in the blanks with what you want, but it'll be filled in and saved in the software. Okay, we're not going to go heavy deep into that part right now. That's what we want to do with you in the user group. That's what we want to do with you when you're starting to use this. Right now, we're showing you the simplicity, how fast it can go, but you can literally change every single post, every word, or you can just jump into the automation and easily edit with the pencil button before you schedule, which was Lindsay's point. You might want to do it before you schedule because that makes sense. But I will tell you too, Lindsay, and I don't know if you agree on this, some people getting out of this screen here into the edit screen is a little bit more techy. And some people freeze when it comes to tech, and then they are lost in the system. If that's you, the other way to do it is once it gets pre-scheduled into your group. Okay, now is Facebook back alive yet? I can't even demonstrate that until Facebook's live. But once it gets into your group, we do not start this event for like 4 days. Okay, Facebook is alive again. Yay, Facebook is alive. Woohoo! The other way to edit, I think anyway, is let the software push it over to Facebook for you. All the heavy lifting was done. And once the software has pushed it, remember it should happen within 20 minutes, guys. 20 minutes. It'll show up under scheduled posts. And then, because a lot of people are familiar with how to do scheduled posts and editing, you could edit them on the Facebook side. I'm not going to push you guys one way or the other. I think it's probably in your best interest to learn how to edit in the system. But I don't want somebody sitting here going, in this moment right now, I want to push it over. I just want to test it and I don't want to change anything. You could totally push it over, test it, not change a thing, and they will show up in your pre-scheduled posts. Couple things, and then how far out can you schedule? Lindsay, do you know this answer? Our software lets you schedule for like 5 years. I don't know how long Facebook lets you schedule. Do you? Like if it tried to push over to Facebook, if anybody knows that answer, type it. Couple things, and we're just going to keep needing to talk about this. We've done a whole class on it, but we've given you the 12-day pre-build. If you want to, and maybe once, Lindsay, I know this is back on Facebook, we can show them how to edit in the Assistly group, because this is not in the Assistly group. It's on YouTube. What we can do is in the Assistly group for our true users, not people just grabbing the freebie or checking us out, the ones who are the users, we can demonstrate editing pre-built. And we've done that through the wizard, like I just showed, but actually opening it, changing it, because there are a lot of fun options. You might want to add a video to it. You might want to change the font. You might want to get a whole lot more fun than just somebody gave me a template to use. If you send it over to Facebook, please write this down, you guys. If within 20 minutes, and Lindsay, I don't know if you heard me say this before today, but Dominique, our developer, said, if it's not in your Facebook group under pre-scheduled within 20 minutes, you need to stop what you're doing and you need to go file a support ticket. Don't wait. That means something's wrong. And so what happens is if for any reason you push this over to Facebook with this button right here, yes, pre-schedule it. Remember, nothing's going to post until the 14th because that's the date that I chose for it to post. It's just going to be sitting in Facebook. If I now head over to Facebook and I go to this group that I scheduled in, and it's hit the 20-minute mark, and I go over to pre-scheduled posts, or what's it called in Facebook, scheduled posts, and I do not see those sitting there. Oh, I'm in it right now. If it says none in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to stop what I'm doing. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click on question mark, and I'm going to file a support ticket to tell them it did not import into Facebook, because that means something's wrong. And you know what it means for me? I don't have my extension on. And if you're new, you may not know what that means. Okay, so you got to have your extension running, but when you're new, your setup training takes you with how to turn it on. But some of us forget to turn it on. Like mine literally is not on right now, so nothing's going to go to Facebook. Duh. Whoops. Okay, Lindsay, any final thoughts, questions, comments?
No, I think so. You had cut out on my end when you were talking about whether you want to update the template either within the system pre-scheduling or after. And so I just wanted to make a point. I think there's benefits to both. Are you only wanting to update for this current time in this particular group? Push it, then edit it. But if you want it to stick around as the new edit, maybe it's not just for this template, but let's say you have a scheduled party and now a new verbiage has come up for a particular product. You just want to go in and you want to change that. You want it to stay forever as this new version. I would then do that within the system so that it can actually be sent out to not just the one group, but let's say you have 6 or 7 or 8 or 12 parties on the go. You can send that particular sequence out, changed to all of them in one go.
And I know is either version. Let's talk about, so Lindsay, I have a meeting with Knethra at 1 o'clock, but Knethra, if you're good, I'm gonna push this back a little bit, because what I think I'm gonna do, since we're back on Facebook now, I am gonna revisit the parts that would be most applicable to our users. And I think I'm gonna go jump directly into the group through Facebook, through the share screen button. So my face won't be there. But if you want to head over into the group and do any moderating, I know you got to sit, kiddo. But for those of you who are Assistly users, and today kind of introduced you to the concept of what you can do, but now you're like, click the button, do the thing again. I'm going to do that with them over there. Does that sound good?
Perfect. Cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to be behind the screen because my kid.
So yeah, well, and actually if I go Facebook Live anyway. So what we're going to do, if you caught this on YouTube or LinkedIn, thank you for catching it. We know nobody caught this on Facebook because it didn't work there today. I'm going to head over into the Assistly Social Facebook group. I'm going to review the exact steps to attach a pre-build, edit a pre-build, and execute this. If you're not in the Assistly Social group yet, comment group below. It's a Facebook group. If you do not have a trial of the software yet, because you might be in the group without a trial, you can text the word trial. If you don't have anybody who's referred you here, you can just go to pcatu.co and get your own account. If you have a referral, ask them for their link, because we do pay our affiliates for sharing the software. Okay. If you want the freebie and you're like, software, I'm not ready for all the tech, all the things, go to pcatu.co/12 days. You're welcome. You can have the freebie and the build out. And then if you decide you want to build with us, please text me or go to pcatu.co to set up your free account. One question, and then we can go. Is in either version, is there? Yeah. So in the party plan, there's only one library, and it's the media library. Okay, Linnell. So media is your media, not your full posts. In the automation plan, there's a full post library. Now, Lindsay, that's not incorrect, right? Like he still has it where the media library is only on the party plan. The full post library, where it's the whole post together, is reserved for automation. Now, Linnell, here's the thing. I'm giving you a timeline. So we are giving you the whole post in the timeline, but as far as like storing just the words, storing just the photos, storing just the whatever builds, the party plan has limited storage for all of that just to be used in other ways. But if you build a timeline like the sequence or the template, you can still share the full template and your team will get the whole post pre-built just like I'm giving you today. And that's what's cool. So those of you who are network marketing leaders like Lindsay, with Joe Moment, Linnell, with your company, with Knethra, with, whether it's your journals or whatever, if there's something you're building and you're like, other people could use this, you can build in our software and you can sell your builds, you can sell your templates, you can give your templates. There is a sharing link that you guys get, almost like a Google Drive. And so you can share stuff that you have put into the system so other people do not have to do that. That's the whole point. And if you need help getting it into the software the first time, Diane was helping me today. I did one in like, what, 3 minutes, Lindsay? I don't enjoy copying and pasting into the system either. I just want it all to be magically there. But you just put it in the first time, so it's good. Okay. Thank you, Lindsay. If you guys are watching and you're an Assistly user, I will go jump right into the Facebook group. I'll review the steps. I'll show you how to edit, and then you guys can get to work. Facebook's back alive now.
Perfect. I'll see you in the comments.
See you later. Bye.